High up in the cooler air, the vulture flew. "Hurry along," he called. "The camel is not far off." But the lion could not hurry any more. The hot sand had burned his paws. He could go no further. "Stop!" he shouted to the others. "Let's go back to the forest. I do not care to try camel meat." The Lion King's advisors were frightened. The forest was far behind them, and they did not know how to get the lion back home. The leopard wanted to run away. The vulture wanted to wait and watch and eat the lion later on. But the clever fox thought of a plan. Off into the desert he ran, saying, "I'll bring some help." After running for some time, the fox found a camel. The camel was indeed surprised to see him. "Hurry up, friend camel," said the fox. "Our king wants you at once." "Your king?" said the camel. "Who is that?" "I do not know any king. I only know my master, for whom I carry goods across the desert." "Our king, the lion, has killed your master," said the fox. "Now you are free, and the lion has invited you to live at his court. Come along." The camel followed the fox. When the fox and the camel reached the lion's camp, the vulture and the leopard were surprised. Even the lion looked pleased in spite of his burned paws. The camel was presented to the king. He agreed to serve the lion in return for a home at his court. "Get on the camel's back, your majesty," said the fox. "We'll return home." The lion at once jumped to the camel's back. His courtiers, the fox and the leopard, jumped up behind him. And with the vulture flying ahead as a guide, they set off on the long journey back to the forest. When the travelers reached the forest, they were all tired and hungry. The fox, the leopard, and the vulture looked at the camel. Then they looked at each other and smiled hungry smiles. They had brought the camel for the king's dinner. Now it was time for the feast. The Lion King knew what his courtiers were thinking. He called the camel to him. "Friend camel," he said, "I have to thank you for saving my life. You're welcome to live at my court as long as you like. I promise you my protection." The lion's courtiers were shocked. Had they not risked their lives so that he could try camel meat? And the king wanted to let the camel live? The courtiers were not pleased with his decision. Yet they could do nothing. Now the lion's paws were so badly burnt that he could not go hunting. But that did not keep him from growing very hungry indeed. "Fox, leopard, vulture," he shouted. "Don't you see that I am ill and hungry? Go and get me some food." The courtiers had to obey the king. So out they went. But they did not go far. They sat down in a safe place and discussed what they could do. "I know," said the fox after a while. "We shall make the camel ask to be eaten." He told the others of his plan. They all agreed. So back they went to the king. First, the vulture stepped forward. "Your Majesty," he said, bowing low, "we have found no food. But we cannot let your Majesty suffer. I am a poor creature. Eat me." The fox